Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another wonderful Ace Attorney stream. I am Gurlina, your angel honey slime, who aims to be top idol. And I'm with my friends, Draconic, the Royal Red Dragon VTuber, and Frank, our beloved computer TV head friend.
Oh wow, I got the first billing and introduction today. That's a first.
Yeah,
you always introduce Frank first.
You didn't read my contract.
and Frank here is about to blow up, but we're gonna stop him.
Exploding. No.
No.
Nothing can be done about this.
I'm gonna give you a big hug.
Well, then you're gonna get caught in an explosion. I'm sorry to inform you.
But I thought Nick needed to be first as a treat.
Wow.
Yeah. We do love a Nick here. We love everyone here. Equally.
We don't like you, in which case... Never mind.
Oh no.
I like everyone equally, and by that I mean I don't like anybody here.
Oh no. But yes, we are on the third. It will be the third case, right?
Yes, this is the third case.
Yeah, it's just sometimes my brain thinks like the tutorial case is not the first case, but it is.
That's your first case every time. Gotta remember how to play every time.
Yeah.
Day 2, trial.
Yeah, we are just getting to the trial of the Steel Samurai allegedly killing the Dark Magistrate with the spear.
With the samurai spear. He hit him with the samurai chop.
Oh my. We are October 18th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, please, your opening statement. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio One of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony.
No rebuttal.
Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand.
And if he screws up again, there will be another murder here.
Damn.
Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. Understand this case is important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? Here's the employee area. They're going to run through their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works at the studio is here at 1 p.m. on that day. Oh, past the security station is the gate, see?
Do you see that gate?
Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio One to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. Time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
He'll do it. Should I listen to that whole thing again?
Nope.
Skip it. I think I can probably remember that. Probably.
See, now you've missed the secret clue where if you get him to repeat it several times, he'll eventually slip up.
Yeah, if you get him to repeat it 7 times, you get a
Oh
new
no.
ending.
Oh no.
So, the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval.
It's more like the Edo period.
It's more feudal than.
It's more like the feudal period.
We're roughly, coterminous.
This spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is,
What are the dog doing?
what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood.
Or
Let's call this security officer to the stand.
but the dog's going.
Here we go. Got the dogs doing.
Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fella? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Oh no. She's giving him puppy dog eyes.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie. No need for you to feel embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Oh no.
Your name, please.
Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. I guess he's losing his edge. Worth.
He's losing his worth.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. I was so young as Oldbag's name, dearie. See how that was just to make fun of me. And if you leave it, that boy, the captain, you guys, he called me Oldbag. I cry. Can I have a crush on you if you see it?
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness.
He fully regrets bringing her to the stand. He's like, end me.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, sir, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass you by.
You know your stuff, dearie.
He's just currently deleting that sentence from his mind.
You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag.
Damn.
Got her. The witness account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 p.m. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers! That man right there! And he was headed towards the studio.
That man.
You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Let's go.
Ding, 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 ding.
So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio.
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, Jerry. You need an employee key card to get in.
Right, the key card that I have.
Right, you still have the key card for Studio 1.
So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be in there could get in.
Bang, bang, bang.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station?
A run through, like a spear.
You saw it happen.
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon, and where to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 p.m. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there after noon?
What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
I don't know. Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know.
She's like, woo!
Oh, fuck.
Oh no. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years.
Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too.
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea.
Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next.
So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even for a second?
Of course! I'm a professional, you know. I only took my 35 cigarette breaks.
Yeah. Oh, that
Or
smells
are you criticizing how I do
Coconut
my
pie?
job?
Oh,
Whippersnapper.
nice.
Stinking up the whole car though.
I bet. No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday, it got me pretty hungry. For the truth.
I feel like this is just a euphemism. These are cigarette breaks.
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time.
They're bad for your blood sugar levels.
That's why I smoke. It balances them out. Snipper whapper.
Nipper Wrapper! Oh, Windag is losing it, Nick.
Why don't you raise an objection?
So, the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see?
With your old lady eyes. How did you know that?
No, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
Oof.
Damn.
Poor Detective Gumshoe, getting ratted out by a security guard.
You ran out by a rent-a-cop. You were supposed to be on the same side.
2 p.m. You sure?
Sure as spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something.
Damn. F.
Emotional damage.
He just took morale damage.
Now, don't get your skivvies all a bunch. I'll tell you who it was.
So you saw Mr. Powers.
That's what I said. Got wax in you, Sonny?
Your chance.
Yeah, it's time to pull out the secret weapon. Pants grab.
Wow.
I'll say it again. It was him.
Da 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 da. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo.
Look at this photograph.
Every time I do, I take a crap.
Yes, those are the exact words.
Yeah.
What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Did your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone could plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't.
Poor Edgeworth.
Well, I mean, I wonder.
Yes. True, Mr. Power does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
Obviously.
I was born the day before that.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness.
I just want to say old bag.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Oh, nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised?
The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I know that everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't give it a second look.
Wow, old Windback has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof then.
The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals.
Whippersnapper!
I haven't even said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow. The up and up. You today always whine about each other pointing fingers this way and that, instead of making an old woman cry.
Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness.
I think Edgeworth has met his match. He's like, please don't set her off, please. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers. He's the Steel Samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me.
And you.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing. Just observing.
That seems kind of sus.
There's a reason why you can only see one of my hands right now.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then. Trip and fall.
Yes, and to think, he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh.
I feel like that's a slander.
So Powers sprained his ankle. I thought for a second that was you asking the question. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
And then I broke it in two.
I fucking I just grabbed it. I grabbed it. I started twisting. I turned his leg around the other way.
Get over that part, shall we?
I put him in a reverse four-leaf clover.
I fucking pull on that shit crazy style. Great finding the ankle lock, great finding the leg.
Right.
And just pulling that shit. Fucking 10!
Will Powers is having it rough. Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning out backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
Because I broke it.
Yeah, I'm the only one that knew because I did that shit.
And the other one is dead.
You may continue your testimony.
Uh-oh, Stinky.
He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? A murder weapon.
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
It fixes everything, you know.
Yeah.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in a court record. The murder weapon, a break in the shaft, has been mended with duct tape.
Yes, it's falling apart.
Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus, the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay.
I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... Where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important.
Obviously not important.
The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right.
Are you sure? You're sure, Your Honor. I want to object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. He's been doing it a lot, actually.
I have a lot of points.
This
I
is
do
his
it well
court.
with his finger.
I also wonder if someone else could not have caught on camera. Someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Witness account. Continue.
The time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true?
True? Question mark?
Yeah.
The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen him. I would assure it.
So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
I'll do it. How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I ate donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret pal, he told me everything.
Oh, I feel bad for him. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness of donuts.
Damn.
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nothing suspicious looking passing by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking. Right. What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1 o'clock? Well, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention,
Are you sure?
Objection. The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
that's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy.
I'm pretty sure that's an update. I'm pretty sure she used to say edgy poo.
Oh.
I think they might have rewritten that.
Old Windbag sure has balls.
Heyo.
Or, well, you know what I mean.
Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's
So-
see, what do we have? We have the autopsy report, which he already confirmed.
Bang, 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 bang.
I would assume that the only thing we can do is show the map.
There is another thing.
Oh, there is?
We'll look through this again. The only person I saw go to the studios was Will Powers, and no one else is there.
Hmm. So, I would assume the guide map still. I can't really show the key card, I think. She already confirmed the time of death.
Look through all of your stuff again one more time.
Can't entering the Studio 1.
While
Drag
you are
is-
looking things over, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Dragging one leg, 2 o'clock p.m. photo 2. The murder weapon, a break-in shaft, has been mended with duct tape.
Think about the phrase underneath you right now. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
And this is photo number 2.
We have a photo number 2.
What happened to photo number 1?
We got information before that the camera is set to only take photos of when something moves by it.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
But we have a photo number 2 and not a photo number 1.
Alright. I don't remember. Did Nick say that they were going...
Yes, Nick said
Okay.
they were going somewhere.
Okay. I can wait.
Bam, 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 bam.
No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. No one.
It's made out of chocolate.
Chocolate!
I remember chocolate.
I like chocolate.
I hated it. I remember when they invented chocolate.
Rubbed the chocolate all over me. Make me young. Maya Fey, age 17. Mia's little sister. Currently training to become a spirit medium. Miles Edgeworth, 24. A gifted prosecutor and a ruthless mass who do anything to get a guilty verdict. Dick Gumshoe, age 30. Detective at the local precinct. In charge of the initial investigation. Will Powers, 23. He's 23?
Yes.
The defendant, action star who plays
They
the
make-
title
they make-
role in the Steel Samurai TV show.
I believe they make mention at some point that he looks older than he is.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks.
Also, I want to point out that Wendy Oldbag's age is question mark.
Yeah, no one knows. But Jack
Also,
Hammer was
she's-
37
Also,
and
she's
assistant safety.
security. Also, she's security lady, and it doesn't actually say her actual name. Also,
She's
how old
secure-
is Jack Hammer?
37.
37. Well, yes, we have made it past the question, the cross examination.
Yeah.
The thing was that the photo that we have of the Steel Samurai is labeled photo number 2,
Ah, yes.
as of implying that that somebody else passed by the camera.
Mhm.
Even
Hold
though she said
on.
she only saw one person.
Look at this photograph one more time.
And
Does it-
laugh with me.
Does it make you laugh? This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Wow. Oh,
Didn't
right. Anyway.
I thought you didn't know shit from Shinola. Your ass from an elbow.
Oh no. It's also true that the computers in the guard station records all security cam data.
True.
Oh, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 o'clock p.m., photo number 2.
Even if it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is a bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
I'll let that sink in. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1 but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
Yeah? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes. That's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things.
Or ever reliable security guard.
Also, it's like 2016 in this game. Reminder.
Yeah.
It's just technologically behind.
Enzy boy, help!
Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Help! Some help you are! You're a whippersnapper too!
Wow.
Whippersnapper.
Mrs. Oldbag.
Mrs. Oldbag.
Miss Oldbag.
Ah, that's right! I just remembered something.
I mean, technically she would be a Mrs. Oldbag, right? She has a wedding ring.
Yeah, she's. Yeah, I mean, Miss can be used for both, right?
No.
Ms. Oldbag.
Yes. So Ms. or Mrs. Are for someone who is married. Miss is for an unmarried person, which is denoted as MS. MRS would denote married. So she is not married. She may be wearing a ring, maybe something entirely unrelated, maybe she's divorced, widowed, whatever, but she is currently unmarried.
Okay.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Well, you suppose.
I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, Now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Old Bag. This is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. Well, I'd say it was eternally unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Let's go.
The other person.
Another job.
That's right. I checked the people that passed by the main gate that day. I looked closely at every one of the photos that the security camera takes.
Do you back up all of the let me try it again. Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes.
But I don't.
But those computers are just so frustrating.
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at the faces for the most part.
For the most part.
I'm a good judge of character.
This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point.
Bang, bang, bang.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
Oh, a fanboy.
A fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me.
In italics. Those freaks.
They get information out the rehearsals from gosh knows where.
And she's a God-fearing woman. She doesn't use God's name in vain like that.
Oh no.
They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Oh, wait a second. Did you say that no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
That's so crazy.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain.
I told you they were freaks. Oh,
And?
they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased,
It was a boy. Probably second or third grade.
what?
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai, dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about second or third grade.
Oh, yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in second or third grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
court will take a 5-minute recess.
I'm gonna go into jungle gyms.
Smoke break.
I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Hey, does anybody want to come out to the parking lot and see how many cigarettes I can smoke in 5 minutes?
Cigarettes, I mean donuts. I'm smoking donuts, baby.
Oh yeah, that's how her voice sounds like that. She's smoking donuts. It's really fucking her up. That's why her age is question mark. She's actually 37.
Right.
She just looks like that because she's smoking donuts.
October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 3. Mr. Powers.
How do you remember this voice?
I don't.
They're
You
great.
You gave him like a hick accent.
Okay. Yes?
Nailed it.
Oh,
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't even go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who is the steel samurai in that photo? How did I know? The steel samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in taking it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone want to steal a steel samurai costume.
I want to look at that photo again. Why would they be dragging their leg?
Or because they're trying to pretend to be Will Powers.
It would have to be the kid, would it?
If we are under the assumption of the things that they have laid out for us, the person accused is client, and the client, only a handful will know that he was dragging, that he had hurt his leg.
Yeah.
So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good.
Snap.
Oh no, stinky.
Sneer. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick? What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
You're right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down they can get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. I'm actually pessimistic.
Hey Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go. Sigh.
Yep.
Does that mean? Please don't sound like that.
I think now would have been the time for you to say snip in response to that.
Nope, that's why I gotta break the mold.
Oh no.
Damn.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed.
Damn.
The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claims. There is another person who could have committed a crime.
Order. Interesting. Let us hear you have in mind. However, be aware this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent.
Save time.
If you accuse
Yeah.
someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Save time. Alright, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person, other than Mr. Powers, that could have committed the murder?
Based on what we know.
I would like to think that somehow, some way, the grade school boy did do it. Although it would have been on accident, I would feel.
There-
I disagree.
If we are, yeah, I was saying, if we are committing to the fact that the samurai spear was the murder weapon,
Hmm. Well, it definitely wouldn't be the assistant girl.
she was not there
Agree.
Yeah.
during the run through.
I can't imagine it would be the security lady.
I think it
Well, the
is
thing-
the assistant girl.
Well, the thing is, you have to remember also, we aren't saying that these people are the murderers.
Yeah,
Saying
you're.
that there's possibility that they could be murdered. They
Yeah,
could be
which is
the-
why I'm thinking of the grade school boy. Like, it's possible that he could have done it, going through the grate and wanted to try on that outfit.
Not
but
according to them. They just said it's impossible. The judge is like, no, that's got to be impossible. So I think we have to rule it out.
It's still hearsay, though. We are still trying to aim for like another day to look into it.
If you want to guess, go for it. We saved for a reason.
It was a grade school boy. Why isn't anyone saying anything?
Bah. Are you seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. For one thing, the murder weapon was with the steel samurai. Would you care to explain just how the boy would have obtained it from him?
Maybe that was a dumb move on my part.
Maybe. How about absolutely, Nick? Mr. Wright. I'm afraid I have to penalize you, as I
It-
warned.
It's fine, we got enough chances. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. The horrors I've seen commit.
May we move on, Mr. Wright?
This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please.
Very well, go ahead. So, who was the person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
Well, if it happened at 2:30, and she didn't come back till like 2 o'clock,
According to her, she came back at 1 o'clock.
right,
She was
right.
also there at the run through and saw Will Powers hurt himself.
Hmm. The security lady?
We have guesses if you want to guess.
She was there at the run through.
It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Who?
The steel samurai is dragging his leg in the picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scenes run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
What? Whippersnapper?
Yes.
Did not pick up?
No.
Nope.
Wow, okay. Fuck me, I guess. Order! Order!
Promise?
Wow.
Is this true, old bag?
Old bag.
Old bag! That's Miss Old Bag, you!
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi.
Damn.
She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Oh god, my ears. So much static
Why?
noise.
That's probably Nick.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't think it is. This time.
As far as I know, it's not on my end.
It's not on mine.
I mean, my phone is like nearby, I guess. It does sometimes happen.
Seems to be fine now.
Didn't have anything like weird going on with my phone, so. But I digress. Why would she go through with the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point a finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby.
Yeah, don't you mean Sherlock Holmes? Thank you.
Sherlock Holmes, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Oh, hi, Rusum.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on the matter?
Oh my, Rusum. You're so sweet.
Wow.
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you don't think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Give Granny a break.
Destroy this old woman.
Press further. How is Rusum today? The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast out on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so awful to poor Emma?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio?
Oh, you mean the kid?
The boy! The one whose photo I erased!
Ah, yes.
Grade 12, though. As you said, second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter! When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops!
Yeah?
Just beating up my dad.
When I was his age, I could beat my dad up. Crazy style.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer. Despite what I said earlier.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, is it nice to the kids and mean to your elders today? Whippersnapper.
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Yeah. The duct tape. The spear. Your Honor. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
You could have also shown the key card.
Oh, okay.
Because else would he have been able to get into Studio 1 without a key card?
That is true.
Brr.
The windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today.
Wow.
Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness. Miss Windy, what was her name?
He's already forgetting. He's like, oh, Wendy.
He doesn't want to say it.
Something old bag, Your Honor.
Wow.
F.
Get destroyed.
The prosecution will look further into the old bag before we continue.
Get destroyed.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait a second! I'm just gonna sit up here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking!
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about?
What's all this?
Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about.
By whom?
Edgeworth is just losing his cool the entire day. Huh, you mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
My lips are sealed.
My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. Global Studios' strongest soldier.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
No please or anything. Just do it. Just get it over with.
Oh yeah, now we got the baseline.
Yeah. So you were told not to talk.
That's right, but the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Even a person that died, he was in on it too. Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director?
We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one ever asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime. They had a meeting after that.
Which explains the second steak, was it?
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
They
Seems like it
also
might have been a
show-
mistake.
Well, they also
Wow.
show like 3 people eating in that one shot. Then one very brief shot they showed of the employee area of people eating.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but
So
let's continue.
I was gonna say, you can't get
Oh.
any more information.
Oh, I can't?
Yes, you can just ask the same questions again.
Oh, alright. Take a break.
I guess it's then if you get to the end without asking all your questions.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we skipped over like one thing, but yeah. But it's you can't get any more information other than that there were at least two other people there.
Okay. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
Blow up your whole shit, crazy style.
Edward hasn't really got much to do in anything in today's trial. He just been blowing a gasket.
He just been like, hey, please find Will Powers guilty.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, your fucking star, your big star witness blew up your whole shit.
I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Bam. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 3.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
Ah, really? It's nothing.
I guess you could say we got the right power.
Vomit.
Should I?
We'll be going down to the studio to do some more investigation. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get materials for the cross-examination.
Nick? Have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Old Windbag. I kinda feel sorry for her.
I don't. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation.
She's an generally unlikable person.
Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
To be continued.
Meow. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doo.
Yeah, do you want to wrap it up for today?
For me.
How's it really feeling?
I'm doing okay, but I know you said you were feeling a little under the weather.
My throat.
Yeah, we can wrap it up for today, and then because I have a feeling the investigation is going to be a pretty long one.
This investigation is a little it's a little fetch questy.
Okay.
All right, yeah, then we can save that for next time. But
We did it.
We did it.
Bought ourselves an extra day
we did, yeah.
by throwing an old woman under the bus.
Under the bus and then some. But I had fun, and I hope that you both did too. It's always a pleasure to
Get that.
stream with you both.
Yeah, it's good. The next episode, we get to meet like one of the worst characters in fucking Ace Attorney history.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I know who you're talking about. I've seen people stream this before.
My mind is totally throwing a blank.
No, well, you'll see.
Oh yeah.
You'll get to see this hell demon from hell soon.
I don't know his name, but yeah, it's real shitty.
Oh, it sounds like I'm in for a real treat then.
hmm
It's fine. He's in one trial, and then we never had to think about him ever again. After
Yeah.
Mhm.
But let's find someone to raid. So how about we raid into do do do
that. What did it do?
do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Ah!
There's someone playing Alien Isolation. I feel like that would be a good place to raid into for Spooky Month.
Yep, definitely related games.
Yeah, they're very, very related. Not a lot of people know this, but Phoenix Wright is in fact a xenomorph.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they don't really go into it in the lore, but
It's his special power to point fingers and then they
There we go.
just...
We're doing all of the Phoenix Wright games in chronological order. We started with Chronicles, now we're in the main games, we'll do the others, and eventually we'll do Alien Isolation.
Oh god.
it's the end. We get to the
Oh
long-
god.
This is long term booking.
But I had a good day though. Thank you for joining me and everyone else for joining us and playing the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Next we play will be investigations. We'll be doing the big investigations.
No, that's that. We're not going to be getting to the investigations for another like 3 more games.
You're right.
Yeah,
Oh
then we're in
god.
like a trilogy.
But as always, remember to eat yummy food, drink plenty of water, and appreciate yourselves because they're worth that and more. And the same goes for both you, Draconic, and TV Franks.
Oh, my tummy.
Oh, your poor tummy. But are you being brave about it?
I'm not being brave at all ever. I've never been brave once in my life.
I'll give you
I'm gonna
my.
start now.
I'll pass my bravery on to you then.
Oh,
But for now, goodbye everyone. Bye bye.
goodbye.
Hey.
Yeah, woo.